In this video, we will talk about creating and deleting directories. The command to create a directory is mkdir for make a directory. So I can say make a directory called mkdir, for example. There's my directory. I now have a directory in my home directory called mkdir. It's empty, but it exists. And if you remember your path syntax, that's what we're giving here as the argument, is a path. We're giving a path to where the new directory should be and what it should be called. In this case, I gave a relative path relative to the current directory, and I want to call it mkdir. But I can give relative to a directory, so I can say mkdir mkdir subdir. And I've now created a directory inside the mkdir directory called subdir. There's relative paths. I can also do an absolute path. Home Jeff mkdir subdir level 3. Now I have a directory inside subdir, inside mkdir, inside my home directory. What happens if I give a path to something that doesn't exist? Let's try that. Mkdir mkdir 2 subdir level 3. I haven't created that. So what happens? I get this error message that says mkdir cannot create directory, mkdir 2 subdir level 3, no such file or directory. Well, of course there's no such directory. I'm trying to make that directory. Well, it's not telling me there's no such directory level 3 down there. It's telling me that something in the path that I gave doesn't exist. And by default, mkdir needs to have a directory that already exists and the name of a new directory to create there. But there is a workaround for this. There's actually a way to do what I just tried to do. That way is with the flag -p. So if I say mkdir -p, p stands for parent directories. Make any parent directories that are necessary. Now I do mkdir 2 subdir level 3, and it creates everything. And just to prove that it exists, ls mkdir 2, you see that it exists and it has a subdir. Bring that back up and add subdir. And there's a directory there called level 3. So it created all the directories in that path that were needed in order to make that command work. Now, of course, in addition to creating directories, we might need to remove directories. The opposite of mkdir is rmdir. So if I say rmdir mkdir, for example, I'm saying delete my directory, and it says can't do it, the directory's not empty. Rmdir deletes empty directories. It doesn't delete directories with things in them. If I look in mkdir, of course, it has the subdir in it, and subdir has the level 3 dir in it. So I can't delete a directory unless it's empty. So what I actually have to do is I have to rmdir mkdir subdir level 3. That directory is empty. I can do that. Then I can come up here and I can delete subdir. I'm just using the arrow key to bring up the previous command. And finally, I can remove mkdir. You can see where that would get pretty tedious if you had some large directory structure that you were trying to blow away a whole big thing with lots of directories and lots of files in it. There is a way to do that as well. It's not an argument to the rmdir command, it's an argument to the rm command. Rm removes files, not directories. So what's up there? Well, we'll show it with the mkdir 2. Rm -r, mkdir 2. R is for recursive. And so what you're telling rm to do is to go to a directory, then go to any directories in it, then go to any directories in those directories, etc., etc., etc. Recursing, that's the term for what it's doing. Recursively go through, delete everything in the bottom directories, then delete those directories, and just delete your way back up until you finally delete the directory that I requested. As usual, I'm not given any feedback. I'm not told that I just blew away 3 directories. I just did it. And to prove that I did it, let's look at mkdir and mkdir 2, and we're told that both of those do not exist.